Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, couch detectives. Welcome back to Murder, She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couches. My name is Amy Archer. I'm your host. I'm here today with Kyla, and we're in a rage.
We are upset today, everyone.
We're real upset. So there's going to be a lot of F-bombs. I'm just saying.
Yes.
A lot of times I have John Paul, what's his name? John Paul
Miller,
sorry. A lot of times I just have his name abbreviated as motherfucker, like MF.
That's reasonable. Yeah. I hate this man so much.
Citizens arrest.
Oh my God. He's made the list.
Actually, like we talked about criminal arrest.
And he has been, he's all right up there on the list of the husbands and the bad guys and everything. He's up there.
This dude is a monster. The way that awful. He weaponizes religion
and mental health. He weaponized religion and mental health, and that is just so awful. It's just this is such an upsetting story for a multitude of reasons.
I'm so wound up about this that I took my mom out to breakfast this morning for her birthday. She's 70. Her birthday was Monday by the time you guys hear this. And I was telling her about the case because she didn't know about it. I was telling Kyla, I feel like she just picks like old cases and is obsessing over them. She needs to come into modern time.
She needs to put aside John Bonet for a little bit and, step into the...
So I was telling her about it. I was so mad that my pancakes got cold. I didn't even eat half of my pancakes. That's how, if you know me, that's huge.
Pancakes, that's reasonable. That would be me with like a cheesy omelet. That's my go-to breakfast move. Same. I made my mom listen to me talk about it on the phone this morning. I made Mitchell watch some of this with me a little bit. And I was just like, this story needs to be told. I'm so glad it's being told because poor Mica.
That being said, yes, justice for Mica in every way. Okay.
Yes.
That being said, you and I have committed. We're going to do a deep dive.
Yes.
In fact, I can tell you when we're going to do it because there are things I need to know further. I need to look into on this case, and it needs the patented Kyla deep dive.
We need to put our touch on it.
Yes. So we're going to deep dive this on our murder club. Hopefully, maybe next week.
Yeah. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Well, it's fresh. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do that on our in our murder club, which is on our $8 tier of Patreon. For $8 a month, you get everything. True crime headlines, our big cases that we did, like the staircase and Murdoch murders.
Yeah, the back catalog is big. It's good.
Your membership and your pledge really, really helps support independent creators. So thank you so much. Absolutely. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, very much so.
And I'll go through, and I'm curious if you have the same kind of lens on this.
Yeah.
I'll go through where I felt like I needed more information.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Because there's several areas when we deep dive, I need to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did look up, we were talking before we started, the producer and director on this is Julia Willoughby Nason, and she did some of our favorites. Lula Rich, which I loved.
I loved Lula Rich.
She did Murdoch Murders, A Southern Scandal, which Becca and I covered.
Really good one.
She did Fire Fraud.
Oh, I loved. I was so fixated on that story when it broke.
And she did one of my favorites of all time, The Pharmacist.
That's a touchstone one that needs.
That's such a good documentary.
Yes, it is.
The co-director on this is Michael Gasparo. And he did American Murder, Gabby Petito.
I liked that one.
I don't know why I said her name so weird. Gabby Petita.
Petita.
And he did Fit for TV, The Reality of the Biggest Loser, which I covered on Little Miss Recap, if you're interested in that. And he worked with her on Murdoch Murders and Fire Fraud. So these two are a fan.
I'm a fan of most of those productions.
Yeah, I felt this one fell short though. Fell short. And the reason is because I never thought I would say this, Kyla. Are you ready? This could have been 5 episodes.
Right.
We
never
more.
Say that.
We needed more detail.
Yes. There's several aspects. And like you said, as we go, we'll get into it. But there's so many stories I need to know more about how we got here and, like, how people were involved.
I need to know
Yeah.
about JP's first marriage. I need to know about his
Yes.
father.
Oh, yeah, we
I need
barely
all of
scratched the
that.
surface on that. We just kind of we touched it and then we walked away. And I
Yeah.
wanna know more about, Micah's ex-husband. I just would look there's a lot of
Yes.
people I wanna know
Jeremy.
more about.
Mhm.
Mhm, and more about Micah's childhood because we talk about it a little bit, but we skirt past a lot of things where I felt like there was more there that we didn't get into.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, lots of
So this is
about.
Death of the Pastor's Wife, which I put on all our social media, Death of the Preacher's Wife. Sorry about that.
I know.
I grew up Roman Catholic and now I'm an atheist, so I don't really know preacher, pastor. We had a
Well,
priest. I don't know what the difference
see,
is.
I grew up in a I don't know how you would say it, like a secular house.
Mhm.
Religion was a non-issue.
Mhm.
I am an atheist too. So
Mhm.
this was all so out of my realm. I have not been a regular churchgoer my entire life. I've gone here
Mhm.
and there.
Mhm.
But I have so many questions. So many
Well,
questions.
and I think too, and I'm going to speak for you, but
Mhm.
just jump in if I've overstepped. But it's important to us to acknowledge that there are many, many, many good churches out there, and this is not
100%.
indicative of that culture. There are also some bad churches out there.
There are 2 of my best friends are very religious,
Yeah.
and, it's something that upsets us as non-religious people that it's being weaponized.
Right. And this is not an indictment on religion. It's
Not at
just
all.
this guy happened to
100%.
use it as his weapon, which does happen. We've seen it.
It happens frequently,
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
just it's sick. It's such a
Mhm.
sick form of abuse
I agree.
psychologically,
I agree.
and yeah.
Mm. So we open episode 1 with Micah's 911 call.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if you're sensitive to anything having to
Mm.
do with suicidal ideation,
I
this
hope
is
that you have 3 hours blocked off, Kyla, because I need
oh,
to
I told you, I'm off work today,
paragraph
girl.
1, I have 17 thoughts.
Yeah, I'm down and out.
So I need to know what you think of this 911 call. So if you guys didn't watch the
Mm,
documentary, the 911 call, and I had to stop myself from hearing the extended version because
mhm.
this is a smaller version, a clipped
Yeah, it's
version.
clipped.
Okay.
Mhm,
She's in Robeson County. She doesn't know where she is. She calls and basically says, like, I need to know if you can track my phone.
mhm,
I'm going to end my life and I want to
mhm.
make sure my family knows where to find me. She's very calm,
She's
measured.
so calm. There's not much emotion in her voice at all. She doesn't sound upset at all.
Mm-mm.
It's very casual.
And I thought it was interesting that she has no idea where she is.
Yes, same. Especially when we learned that she was Googling that place. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That was so interesting to me.
So even the 911 call, I'm sus.
Mhm. Oh, mhm. Same.
Micah, by all accounts, we get this little intro in the beginning, is a wonderfully talented singer
Yeah.
at Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Oh, we're in the
Yes.
low country again with
Low
the old powder
country,
top.
it calls you back, Amy. Low country calls you
Yeah.
back.
Old priest or pastor top here.
Pastor Tom.
And
Yes, yes.
her
That could be a
husband,
name for him.
her husband is JP Miller. And if you close your
Mm.
eyes and listen to him, it's Dr. Phil.
You Amy told me this. Amy watched this before I did, and she texted me this, and I started it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it is Dr. Phil." That is wild.
Everything he says is Dr. Phil. It's wild.
Yes, I couldn't unhear it once I heard it, and he doesn't look anything like Dr. Phil, so then it became this
Mm-mm.
weird dichotomy in my mind.
Yeah, you're hearing Dr. Phil, but not seeing
Yes.
Dr. Phil, which I'm
But he
okay with. I
looks
don't want
like
to hear or
someone.
see Dr. Phil.
Same.
Mm-mm.
And I don't really wanna see JP either, but he looks like someone, and I don't know who it is. He reminds me of someone.
Maybe you'll
I don't
think of
know.
it.
Yeah.
Micah comes from a very large family. There's 6
Yes.
kids. They
Mhm.
were very religious
Mhm.
and they were originally from Wichita. They moved to Myrtle Beach when mom gets remarried.
Mhm.
And as you do, if you're a religious family, when you move to a new area, you immediately start to seek out a church because that's
Of
how you're going
course.
to integrate into the community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Good networking and meeting people, yeah.
Micah is 13 when they find Solid Rock. It's a small church on the side of the road.
Mhm.
John Paul Miller's the pastor, and there's maybe 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
He groomed her, right?
From the jump, yeah. And
From
Micah,
the jump.
yeah, he saw her coming and he set his eyes on her. I firmly believe that.
the minute I heard she was 13, and then
Mhm.
he's married to this woman named
Yes.
Allison. They call her Allie. He's got some kids. We get no information on this.
Yeah, they mention them, and they mention his kids, like, 1 or 2 other times. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have several questions there.
He had real I wrote he has real PK energy because he's like a preacher's kid, like, because his dad was the founder of this
Yes.
church. So he's
Yes.
one of these guys that's like, "Oh, hey, I'm the cool youth pastor.
100%.
Let's
There's a
hang
vibe.
out. I'm gonna take you to the coffee shop."
Reminds me same. I had a friend that I used to go to youth group with sometimes around that age, and I was just joking with my mom. As a kid that I didn't really understand the religion behind it all, but I loved crafts and candy. And
Mhm.
I would enjoy that aspect of it, and there was a youth pastor there that he reminds me so much of, and it's a vibe, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
yeah.
It's the Calvin on the Righteous Gemstones. Have you watched
Yes,
that?
I
Yes.
think that might be who he reminds me of,
Yeah,
especially the
maybe,
white pants with
maybe.
the white belt outfit. There
Yeah,
was this yeah.
yeah. So Micah is within a year of that. This is what started to play into my mind that he's grooming her. Is within a
Mhm.
year. So she's what, 14 now?
14. Mhm.
She's on stage singing. So
Yes.
he has singled her out,
She's in his inner circle now.
and she's in his inner circle.
And,
Very well
she
said.
was in a vulnerable state. They had just moved to a new area.
Mhm.
She's trying to meet people. And Mitchell pointed something out to me as someone who grew up in this type of cult setting. He said sometimes people look at a pastor or preacher as not like a celebrity, but like this kind of way, like
Oh,
you're
yeah. You're
just
closer to
so
God.
amazing. Yeah. So
You're
like
closer to God than I am.
he's taken me under his wing. Like that's awesome. And a
Mhm.
14-year-old girl, hello.
Mhm.
That's so easy to ugh.
Mom and stepdad break up, and they're essentially kinda homeless for a little bit, like, living in a
Getting
hotel, trying to figure out
questions.
where to go,
Yeah.
and Micah's maybe, like, 16 at this point, and this
Yeah.
is his in.
Mm. He promotes her again.
Yep, he comes in, and he's like, "Oh, anything you girls need,
Call
I'll
me
help you," and
anytime.
her siblings' names are Desiree, Abigail, Anna. She has one brother, Nate,
Mhm.
and then another sister, Sierra. So I'm gonna be just saying siblings a lot because 'cause
Yeah,
they're
there's a lot of
here and there.
them.
But
Mhm.
Nate plays a big role in this.
Yes.
So Micah takes the divorce very hard.
Yeah.
She's 16, it's upended her life, right?
Yeah, and they just moved there. It's a lot of life change in such a short period of time.
He promotes her to worship leader. Now, I knew nothing about this, but they say
Same.
in the documentary that worship leader is usually a position you oversee the choir that
Mhm.
is held by like a 20 something or even 30 something year old. To have a
Yeah.
16-year-old,
That's odd.
my parents shouldn't have left me in charge of my fucking fish tank when I was 16,
I
let
shouldn't have
alone a church choir.
100%. I did not babysit, and there was a reason. There was I just yeah, I can't even imagine. And the drama of 6 I mean, Micah seems like she was much more level-headed, but can you imagine the, like,
I
drama
know.
of a
I know.
16-year-old girl running the show? I
I
can't.
know. It's so wild to me.
It is.
So she does meet, thankfully, an age appropriate kid at this time, and
This
his name is Jeremy. We learn almost nothing about him.
nothing, and from what we do learn, this broke my heart. Oh, I this just
Jeremy
pissed me
got done
off.
dirty. He
He
did.
did, and
He did.
I'm sure he didn't deserve any of this.
They go to the same high school. She's pretty popular.
She's
They
beautiful.
He proposes to her on stage. They get married when she's like 18. He's like maybe 18 or 19.
Yeah.
JP officiates their wedding, and Jeremy, by all accounts, thought of JP as a mentor, and they probably all did. So that
Of
doesn't stand
course.
out to me.
Because again, most people in that you're not thinking, "This man's a predator I need to be watching out for because he likes my wife a little too much."
Mhm.
You know? Ugh.
The congregation grows. They have to move to a bigger building, and Micah becomes JP's assistant.
Oh, I know. When they said that, I was like, "Uh-oh,
And
here it
guess
comes."
what? She's got to work all the time, Kyla,
Yep.
because he's busy.
He's busy, and now she's
Busy.
watching their children, we're just gonna
Oh my
let's
God. Then he
involve her
brings her in
more.
to be the babysitter.
Like, oh my gosh. He honed in on her, and he just wasn't gonna stop until he got her.
He is, I just want to remind everyone, he's 15 years older than her.
Mhm.
So she worshiped him. Everybody says that.
Yes.
And they even did double dates. You had Jeremy and Micah going out with JP and Allie, and they're going to,
Ugh.
like, I don't know, the local
They were
Red
at, like,
Lobster, and
Applebee's, yeah,
they're
and they're
chilling out, and they're talking. Everything's fine.
yeah.
Everything's fine. And then, according to Sierra, Micah's sister, JP starts texting Mica, which I think he was doing it all along.
I do too. I think somebody just, or she either was feeling guilty maybe, or somebody saw it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this had been going on longer.
And he's texting her with things like, "You're so beautiful. Can I take you to lunch?" And we hear a lot of sermons from him. They intersplice these sermons, the Dr. Philisms.
Oh my gosh.
And he's talking a lot about lust. And
this was okay. And this is where I have a couple questions. And I genuinely have questions about this because,
okay,
again,
I do too.
Is this typical? I asked Mitchell, and he grew up going to Lutheran churches and Lutheran private schools and all of that. So that's where his background comes from. And he was like, no. He said maybe a little bit here and there talking about these types of things. And obviously I know this is editing and they're going to take everything
they're going to
said.
pull the things out. Yeah.
But it seemed to like really go hard into it.
I mean, the evangelical fire and brimstone stuff is there.
Right.
But I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask too, because in Catholicism, we never talked about the priest's sex life. Like we
said the word
sex never happened.
I was okay. Maybe this is me being a dumb person who doesn't know about this, but he said sex a lot, and that caught me off guard. I feel like traditionally you hear religious leaders say it in the more biblical terms of like lay with or be with or as man and wife. It was odd. I felt like he was saying sex a lot. And I have no idea. Again, this was all very jarring to me. I hadn't seen anything like this before. Yeah.
If you guys let us know in the comments of this episode, if you're on YouTube or you're on Patreon listening, or if you're in our Facebook group, Couch Detectives,
educate us.
Let us know so that when we do our deep dive, we can maybe share some of that.
Yes, absolutely.
It'll round out the picture a little bit.
Because I was just gobsmacked. I have never witnessed anything like this before.
Same.
And
I mean, I've been around politics enough to know like there's a lot of talk about what you should and shouldn't be doing in your private lives in this kind of setting. But this felt personal.
It was well, and did you notice the one title of one of his sermons where he kept talking about lust? Because JP really enjoys talking about lust. Did you see the title was called "Stinkin' Thinkin'" and it had the poop emoji, and it was said something about lustful thoughts. Like what? I was just very fascinated.
Is it him trying to be cool? I don't know.
That's what I don't know. So
we'll learn more from our listeners. Hopefully. So now JP gets up in the pulpit and he says, "Y'all, Dr. Phil here.
God,
I have strayed from my marriage." And he's like, he does this very theatrical crying. I'm going to try to do it, right? He'll be like,
do it.
"Oh my God, like it's real high-pitched rambling that you can't really understand, which is exactly how I cry when I'm very upset.
Same. And I hyperventilate and sob. So like, I was just so startled. I was so startled the first time I watched this.
And what happened is Mica and JP, their affair was found out. So they'd been having an affair. Allie, his wife, found their text messages, confronted Mica, who I don't know, was probably there making scrambled eggs for their kid.
Yeah.
And she confessed everything.
Yeah. Gosh.
So news spreads through the church. Allie's leaving him. She's done. Now we get, I could have watched this for 17 hours.
Girl, same.
He has this meltdown on his front lawn where his truck door is open. He's on the ground.
Was he like, I fell out? Like what was
and not like Amy's single and getting dropped off from the bar and opens the door and just falls crawling on the no. This was he threw himself on the ground.
It was
and he's like
or something.
And he's doing this high pitched thing again. I'm not going to keep doing it because I don't want everyone's pets to be going wild. But he just does this very theatrical cry. It's very performative.
I need to know. This is something I need to know who was recording that because it does not say. I don't know who it was because it wasn't Mark because he's like, did you call Mark? Did you call Mark?
It felt like body cam footage, didn't it?
That's what it's either a neighbor or it was body cam footage. I was very confused because when he's like, I don't have my phone, the lady across the street. I need to know who was recording that because
And
they
he's
were like
crying
annoyed.
that Allie's leaving, right?
Yeah, he's upset that he's can't have his cake and eat it too,
And
essentially.
he's saying that the person who's recording it is going, "Do you need Mark? Is Mark coming?" So we hear about this Mark. We see him a little bit
Mhm.
later,
Yeah,
but
put a pin in
I need
Mark.
deep dive on him.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. There mhm.
Pam is the voice of reason.
Oh, poor
She
Pam.
she is a pastor who was brought in at this time to smooth things over. And she says, "I knew JP since he was in his early 20s."
Yeah.
She says he had a gift for music and he would play at
Mhm.
various churches. And then
Mhm.
he told her, "I want to learn how to preach." And she
Mhm.
says, "Of course, I'll help you. You should do it." Da da da. She says she didn't approve of the affair, but he swore this was a one time thing. And she's like, "I
Mhm.
decided to extend him some grace."
Right. Right.
And reminder, at this time when the affair is found out, JP's 36, Micah's 21.
21.
So now they decide that they are going to start dating to, quote, make their mistake something worthy of God.
This whole setup was fascinating. The timeline, all of it. I
Yeah.
Amy, I'm speechless sometimes in this, with also all the things to say.
Micah's sister is telling the story, and she's like, at one point, Micah shows her she has his signature tattooed on her
Oh,
hip. Was it her hip?
it's her ribs.
Her ribs.
Oh, which, I'm on my Vanderpump Rules journey
Oh,
right now.
which is so,
I
I
blew your
never would
mind.
have had that on my bingo card for you.
Same. I can't even imagine. Becca is so happy. She is
Mhm.
so vicariously living through
Mhm.
me. But for the Vanderpump Rules people, I just watched the episode where Jax gets Stassi's name tattooed on his arm, her signature.
Mm.
And I just need to stop seeing that this week.
That didn't age well, right?
No, they were not even together when he got it.
Okay, well,
So
that's a choice.
it's a choice. But yeah, and her sister being so heartbroken over that, I would be
Mm.
too. Oh.
Problems in their, quote, new relationship start immediately. There's rumors of him banging other
Oh
women.
my God.
Her brother Nate and his wife actually get a message from some young girl, that's all we know,
Another
at
person I'm gonna look
choir,
into.
another young person, who
Mhm.
says, basically, JP's hitting on me.
Mhm. He's trying to sleep with me.
They tell Micah about it. She confronts JP. They break up for a few days, but a few days later they go back. She goes back to him.
Oh my God, poor girl.
There's a lot of that. And
Yes.
I'm going to extend grace. Like, this girl was groomed.
100%.
She was groomed.
He's been grooming her since she was 13, and that's something we all have to keep in mind throughout all of
Yeah.
this. And
Yep.
he's been a powerful figure in her life since she was 13 years old.
10 years after she first met him, they're on a beach and he proposes.
So it was hard
This
to
guy
watch.
loves beach activities, getting married on beaches, proposing on beaches.
He loves the theatrics. He does. He loves to be the center of attention. You can just feel it coming off of him.
After their engagement, she gets breast implants, and her family's kind of like, oh, this is very out of character for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And while when she's under, she has, and maybe you can speak to this a little bit, Kyla, she has a reaction to the anesthesia that causes some sort of mental break.
Yeah, people can have all kinds of crazy reactions to anesthesia. And if someone has never had it before, you don't know this is coming. But yeah, and it can trigger other things like this. Like if she did have maybe some underlying mental health issues, which we'll talk about here in a second, paired with all the stress and anxiety she had on top of it. And
I just thought when you had a
surgery's hard on your body.
I thought when you had a reaction to anesthesia, it was things like I broke out in hives, or God forbid, I almost died is the other extreme of that, right?
Yeah, this is not typical. I mean, never say never, right? There's this whole thing in medicine, like never say never, because wilder shit happens.
Of course.
But I mean, some people will have a little confusion, but you see that more when someone's inpatient a lot. Like the late term we'll call ICU psychosis, because there's no concept of like day, night, time. And you know that droning hospital noise.
Yeah.
People will just kind of struggle a little bit, especially if they're not sleeping. But this was very acute. And it's so sad. And can I tell you, it really... something I struggle with in these documentaries is when somebody's having a mental health crisis and people whip out their phones, their loved ones whip out their phones and record it. I don't like that.
Yeah, and I wonder why that was included. I wonder if it was to be fair and balanced and show that, he
Stuff
did
was
have
happening.
evidence of this, or was it to show us that he's a dickbag who's filming her instead of
Right.
helping her?
Because I feel like JP was probably filming her just to weaponize it
Yep,
eventually
little
and just to
blackmail down the
have
road.
that in my pocket.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean, I assume her siblings condoned all that was put in this. I feel like they were
Yeah.
really involved.
They were really involved.
But I just it just makes me think of her being in that moment and going through that, and your husband's just sitting there recording you and, like, mocking you a little
Yeah.
bit. Oh, it just pissed me off so much. And he weaponizes this. I hate this
I
man.
agree. I agree. So he starts pushing to have her institutionalized, and her family's very against it, but they have no power.
Mhm.
So she is eventually institutionalized briefly, and she's diagnosed as bipolar. And bipolar, I looked this up to double check.
Mhm.
The peak window, most people experience the first symptoms or receive a diagnosis between the mid-teens, early 30s. Average onset is 25.
Yeah, and she was right
Because I
there
remember
around that
reading
age.
this and learning about this, that
Mhm.
this is the peak time is in your
Mhm.
very early 20s.
I do believe schizophrenia falls into the
Yes.
same category,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. And this is December 2017. So she's
Mhm.
diagnosed as bipolar. We, at this point, I wrote this here. We need a deep dive on her mental health. Because
100%.
at this point, I don't see any evidence
We
of
need
him
to know
lying
more.
about this.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks like, I mean, she is struggling in the footage we
Mhm.
see. She is
Mhm.
struggling, and yeah,
But
we need to know more
Kyla,
about this.
could that footage have been taken as soon as she came out of anesthesia and she's very
Exactly.
confused?
And if she's on narcotic pain medications,
Mhm.
because I doubt Mica was a heavy drinker,
Mm-mm.
recreational drug user. I don't know, but I really
Yeah.
doubt it. And if you're not used to this and you're taking pain pills in high doses,
Mhm.
because from what I've
Mhm.
heard, breast augmentations are extremely painful.
Yeah.
Anyone I know that has had one says it's a brutal recovery.
Yeah.
So she was probably in a lot of pain too. And I don't know, and then we're gonna learn eventually about the sleep abuse that he did to
Mhm.
her, so
Mhm.
I don't know. That's why I need to know more, because there's a lot of mitigating factors here.
I agree. So basically, her family's very upset because now he seems to have complete control over
And
her
he's, like,
mental health,
icing
legally, medically, everything.
and he's not letting them be involved, and he's just giving them little bits.
Remind me, because I don't have it in my notes. Did they talk about a power of attorney? I don't think so.
No, that doesn't come up.
Okay, well, deep dive that. We need to deep dive
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
Um, so 6 days after she gets out of the hospital, they get married.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
this
like, "You
was
couldn't have pushed this back?"
a week less than a week out.
I
That was so
know.
hard to
I know.
watch. That was so hard to watch.
Then we see a sermon from him. A wife must show respect,
Oh,
y'all, and honor. And if you want to keep that relationship happy and healthy. Okay,
okay.
fuck off.
I
Trying
know,
to
I
do my
struggle with
best
that stuff.
Dr. Phil. I can't do it.
You're doing a really good job.
Trying, but
It's a good mix of him in some of the Righteous Gemstones, guys. It's a good mix. But I feel like that's reasonable.
thank you for placating me.
I got your back, girl.
So they eventually become Micah and JP, like the circumstances around their love story sort of fall away, and they become like this beloved couple in the church.
It's like the people who were upset were gone, and
People
the
like
people who
Allie who.
supported them. Yeah, Allie,
Yeah.
new wife, who dis?
Mhm.
It's just, people have, it's not the fresh gossip anymore.
And part of that was that Micah was so authentic, and just, she was very honest about it all. She would
Yes.
tell people, like, our relationship started an affair. I feel terrible about it. It was my sin that I carried. I confessed it, blah, 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 all
I
this.
mean,
And she felt bad about it.
I would respect that if someone in my life told me that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that
Mhm.
takes some guts to confront people. I'm like, yeah, our
Do you
marriage
think he
started
was
this way.
running around feeling guilty and carrying sin,
Oh,
Kyla?
I feel like JP has possibly never felt guilty about anything a day in his life,
Mm-mm.
other than when he was laying on the ground and the ants were on his face. He was upset about that.
We meet Charlotte, and Charlotte and Micah become pretty good friends.
Yes.
And Charlotte says, look, Micah was head over heels with him. She wanted to be a good stepmother. We hear nothing about their like home life, Micah and
Yeah.
JP, nothing.
At all. Nothing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Micah tells her, do not call me before 11 a.m. because JP hates when I get out of bed before him.
Oh,
JP, what are you
my.
doing, buddy? You're sleeping till 11 a.m.?
Laying in bed till 11, and then she has to just lay there until you decide it's time to get up.
What
Oh
if
my
she has to
gosh.
pee? I
I
would
would
be
know.
out of bed 15 times.
Yeah, you're hungry? I need to eat
Mm-mm.
something. I would have, oh, that's awful. And I love that Charlotte's like, no, That's
Mm-mm.
messed up. Like,
We know that I almost said Lindsay because it's Seroquel, and I was thinking of Lindsay Clancy.
there's some, I know.
Mica was taking lithium and Seroquel,
Mhm.
and then at one point they're going to the gym. Charlotte and help me, Mica.
Mica, yeah.
And they're going to the gym, and JP is like, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you
Oh my
done yet?"
gosh.
And if it goes over a certain amount of time, he shows up.
Yeah, she said at the 2-hour
Get
mark,
home.
he starts calling what she said. He calls
Mhm.
every 15, 20 minutes until she picked. And then, yeah, he'll show up if she just doesn't. Oh my gosh. That is so suffocating. Poor Mica. Like, she couldn't even go to the gym with her friend.
No.
Oh my gosh.
She tells Charlotte she does not want JP to be tempted by other women.
Oh, this just broke my
So
heart.
they have to do something sexual every single day. And
Whether
if
she
there's
wants to or
one
not.
day of a break, he'll seek it somewhere else.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That pressure she was living under every day, being like, I got to do this with him, or he's going to go out and look for it. And he probably already was. And we know, I mean, we can tell he already was. That is such fucked up psychological abuse.
Well, Kyla, here's how he justifies it.
Oh.
Hey, women, you wives better meet your husband's sexual needs, or Satan is going to put 20 different options in front of your eyes. And if you're a woman and you look at another man or woman, that is lust and that is adultery.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's unpack this for a second.
Okay.
Again, I have some questions. Does this happen in all church sermons? Why?
Oh, I think this kind of stuff happens.
Shit.
This whole like women better serve your man. This kind of stuff.
Yeah, that stuff
not
I know,
all,
but
not
this,
in all,
this
but in
like,
this flavor of
oh my God.
evangelicalism.
This hyper focus on sex is just blowing my fucking mind. I'm really like mind blown by this.
Mica visits her sister Sierra and tells her that JP, so she like has some kind of fight with him. She takes off to Sierra's house, right?
Yeah.
She's telling Sierra, this is what we're fighting over. JP forced me to tell him if I had to kiss one of my girlfriends, who would it be? And I picked Charlotte because she's like safe.
Yeah, it's her bestie.
Now Charlotte gets pulled into a group text with JP and Mica. Now JP did this, not Mica.
Yes, that's the part I was like, JP did this. This is crazy.
And they're fighting, and he's saying, you better be a godly wife and get back here and get your ass home, and you're a horrible wife, and I'm coming there, and I'm gonna raise hell. And Charlotte's like,
he's like, you're here so I can be accountable, Charlotte. Like, what?
Yeah, Charlotte's like, I didn't sign up to be your covenant eyes. I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah. And is this, did we get past the part where they talk about his sleep abuse with her if she didn't have sex with him?
We're not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
But let me just point out something. When they're showing these texts, his little iPhone picture, like that comes up in the chat, he has this little priestly collar on, his little pastor collar.
I noticed that too.
I just want to punch it right off.
I do too. I just want to flick it.
I just wrote fuck off, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. Honestly, all the fuck offs. He just involving her friend, he was not scared to show that to her best friend. And that is frightening. That is frightening.
Yeah, good point.
Oh.
So he heads over there to Sierra's, and Sierra's like, dude, my husband is going to murder you. Do not come here.
Yes.
He's saying he has armed him ready. Sierra calls the cops. Eventually he leaves.
Yeah.
And then in a day or two, Mica goes back.
Yeah.
And the reason she goes back, like Kyla and I've said, is number one, she's been groomed by him. But number
100%.
two, he's literally sending her weaponized Bible verses.
It's insane. He comes so hard for her in every way. And he harasses her all the time. Like she can't hang out with a friend. He's going to call her every 15 minutes or just show up. Like she has no escape.
No. So he says, he starts talking about covering your spouse, and he's preaching now like, you women, listen, women, you guys need to honor and respect your husband, because if you don't, all of us men could go fuck other women. And it's
my God.
That's pretty much what he says. Not verbatim, but
it was
taking some liberties there.
You are, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I was just speechless, and I just...
We get little snippets of JP's iPhone footage of Mica having some sort of quote unquote temper tantrum.
Yeah, that's what he says.
But it's very one-sided.
There's
very,
no context.
Very Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. We can't. There's no context. We don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a week, JP is texting the family now, Mica's family, in a group text and saying, well, she's having another bipolar episode. I got to get her hospitalized now.
Bye.
Would not give them any details.
Oh my God.
And would not let them speak to her.
It was just, imagine that. Imagine if this was Jenny. Can you imagine what you would do?
I would burn down JP's house until he told me where she was.
Exactly. You and your mom and your dad would be there. And I know they were the same way. I'm not saying anything disparaging against her family.
Oh, no, of course.
They were extremely supportive.
We're just saying, like, imagine what it felt like for them.
Yes. Like that rage and the helpless feeling. Oh my God. It just makes me so angry for them.
Mica tells Charlotte that JP would withhold her medication to control her. Put a pin in that. And Charlotte and her husband are like, you know what? We're done. We're out.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We're going to go to Stony Ridge down the road.
Yeah, they're out of Solid Rock.
Too crazy. Yeah. So JP would call Mica his helpmate, and he used to preach that a woman is a husband's helpmate. And the Bible backed him up on all of this, and he's using all these Bible quotes to support his thing. Mica agrees to meet with a biblical counselor named Laura Hux. I kind of like this woman.
I like Laura a lot.
Not Laura as much as I like Regina, her lawyer later. But.
Obsessed. Yeah, I want to meet Regina.
Mica, or I'm sorry, Laura. The important thing to know about Laura is that Laura's outside of this church. She doesn't know JP. She's not involved in this bullshit.
She's a religious counselor, but not part of Solid Rock.
And she is a good objective POV for Mica.
She was so objective. I liked her a lot. She was what a counselor should be. She was fabulous. I really liked this woman.
Laura says it took over a month for Mica to even start talking about herself outside of JP's lens.
That was fascinating. Wow. Oh, it's so sad.
She said sometimes in our meetings, she would even pull out the phone and say, oh, I have to make sure that JP wants me to tell you this. I have to make sure. Could you imagine, Kyla, if Mitchell was sending you little notes to tell your therapist? I mean, I'm telling my therapist lots of things about Timmy, not things he has asked me to tell her.
And his request. No, I just can't even imagine. I just I would be, it's like, oh, okay, thanks. So I can't have anything on my own. Thank you. I can't even have my own therapy session. My God.
It is this coercive control that is just
so sad. You know, he probably didn't even let her go to the bathroom alone. Like, I just feel like he was like a hand me your phone, let's go through it together kind of guy.
You know what's something that didn't come up, Kyla, that we got to look. I don't know if there's going to be information out there about this. Maybe not. But what struck me is I'm shocked he didn't try to get her pregnant to keep her.
Same. Now, I will have some questions about that too, because I thought that. And in one of their letters back and forth to each other, she puts on there that she would be open to adopting a child together.
I saw that.
So that makes me wonder if there was possibly some like infertility problems that Mica
maybe
was
he had a
experiencing.
vasectomy because he had a vasectomy and he likes to bang around. I don't know.
I thought that too.
Everybody who has a vasectomy likes to bang around.
100%. But I noticed that too, and I did think it was odd that for him trying to keep her, that he was not trying to impregnate her. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Laura says there were times that she would be talking, Mica would, and she could almost see her like leave her body.
Oh, it's so sad.
Talking about this. Like it was so she was just so unable to accept that, like not accept. She was unable to drop this veil.
Yes. It was very hard for her to like speak disparagingly about JP too.
Yes.
Because it was just so in her to not, and just.
And Laura says JP went from being a pastor to a mentor, then a husband.
That was profound.
There's the grooming.
She displayed it for us.
Now there's this really sad part. Mica literally loses her voice. And why did she lose her voice, Kyla?
Oh, because husband JP is injecting her with testosterone to boost her fucking sex drive. Because he wants it. He needs it 4 times a day, ladies and gentlemen out there. JP wants sex 4 times a day, so he's forcing her to do this. I almost have snapped my computer in half. then I'll get the new one. But
There you go.
it broke my heart, and her friend that was so emotional about it, like, and it's harming her body.
Yeah.
It's causing her lots of physical distress, and he doesn't give a shit.
So another affair of JP's is discovered by Pam. Remember the pastor that they had brought in to smooth all this over. She says one Saturday night, she's just home chilling. It's a Saturday morning, I'm sorry. And she's getting these texts, and they're from JP and Mark. And they're going back and forth. She's like, somehow our message is synced. And I'm getting all their texts. And JP is literally at home in bed with his wife, Mica, telling Mark to go pick up his side piece because she's coming to see him.
Yeah, can you go pick her from the airport? Can you imagine getting these and watching it? I mean, in some ways, this is everyone's dream, right? To be watching a text conversation that you're not supposed to be a part of. But like, this puts Pam in a terrible position.
And here's my question for you. Where is this girl coming in from?
Several questions.
And how did he meet her? Which tells me, is he preying on these young girls online?
Yeah, we have to look into this because where's she being flown in from? Where was he going, traveling, doing? Is he speaking places? Because JP likes to be the center of attention on stage. I would not be surprised if he was doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
I agree. So Pam is basically like, look, I can't deal with this. And she goes to the elders of the church, and they do nothing because what Pam has discovered is the church. Pam has discovered the patriarchy. Pam has discovered 100%. That there's a man in power and all men under him who have no way to hold him accountable.
They were all just kind of like, meh. And Pam's like, well, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. I felt for Pam. She was brought in to do a really tough cleanup job. And then this happened to her. She went through it here.
Agreed. July 30th, 2023, Charlotte and Mica get together after not seeing each other for a bit. And Charlotte is like, she is a shell of herself.
This is so sad.
And Mica confides in Charlotte that JP is having an affair with Susie Skinner. Quick background on Susie Skinner. She was married to Chris Skinner.
This is so sad.
Chris's sister is in the documentary. She tells us that Chris had been in a major accident and was paralyzed from the shoulders down. Yeah. Susie was his physical therapist, and they fell in love.
Yep.
I love this. That was a cute love story until
Isn't that sweet? I know. Oh, this is just...
But as I'm sure Jeremy felt, Chris starts to feel like something is off at this church, and off with JP specifically. He seems to be into my wife, Chris is telling his sister.
He's hitting on my wife. The pastor is hitting on my wife. That's lovely.
So he decides he's going to leave the church, and Susie won't leave.
Nope. She's like, I'm still going to go, so bye.
So he's like, I'm going to go to the church. I'm going to confront him. And I think he likes my wife. Then September 6th.
Yeah.
And, the sister gets a call. Chris is dead at the bottom of the community swimming pool.
Oh, God.
The police call JP to the scene.
What is this?
Before any of the family members could get there.
I'm sure Susie was like, oh, can you call my pastor? I'm sure that's what that was.
Now, the coroner says Chris fell. But his sister is like, I knew his state of mind at the time. I knew what was happening. I think he intentionally put himself in that pool.
Yeah, because she had said that his mental health was declining and Susie wasn't taking as good of care of him. That broke my heart when she said that he hadn't been being showered regularly. Like, that's awful. That's
awful.
It's just awful. Come on, Susie.
They have his funeral at Solid Rock, and they're showing the funeral, and then they show this weird sermon a few weeks later. Brace yourselves, guys. JP is like, hey, ladies, there's no, I'm doing a little Jerry Lee Lewis there. Hey, lady. He's like, there is no reason that you can't go out and get yourself a hottie. I mean, this guy was in a wheelchair and he got this smoke show. So I don't want to hear it from you uggos and you fatties anymore. You go out there, you get yourself some tail, just like old JP's gonna go get himself some tail. Sorry, I took a lot of liberties with that.
You did, but
he
again, you did, but you didn't. And
the colonel was right. He did say this guy managed to get a hot woman even in a
look
wheelchair.
at him. He's
so
in a
what's your
wheelchair.
excuse?
That's what he was saying. That's 100% what he was saying. And the funeral tone, he was laughing during the funeral, not the sermon, right? I had to rewind it.
Correct. Is this Chris Skinner. JP is Chris Skinner's pastor.
This is fucked
Imagine
up.
he is part of his flock, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
Imagine your loved one has died so tragically, and this motherfucker who's supposed to care and love about his soul more than like anybody else is up there talking about him in this way.
Yeah. Giggling, telling a story during the fucking funeral. He's laughing and he's like, he's so lucky. This is the best thing that ever could have happened to him.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, everybody? Chris Skinner's out in a wheelchair and
he's laughing.
Dead.
And he's like clapping and there's like happy. No. I mean, again, this is out of my zone of like what I know about, but I just felt like this was, and his poor sister, his family having to sit there through that. And
the family, Susie ends up ghosting the family.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
And she speaks during it. And it's just like the way I'm just speechless, Amy. I am speechless about a lot of this.
Mica tells Charlotte, if the affair doesn't end, I'm done. Yeah. And JP's very worried about losing the church because he almost lost it the first time he had an affair.
I can't have another divorce, Mica.
So now we get this weird video. Mica's decided I'm going to make like a contract that he has to sign, like a love contract, Laura Owen style.
Yeah.
And he's going to show up and they're in the car together. And he's confessing that he has not honored Mica, and he's talking about her in third person.
That was creepy. So confusing. It was creepy. And she's recording him. It's an odd moment.
He says she is the first lady. He did not treat her properly. And, it was just fear. And that's the reason I didn't treat you well. And Mica, she just really didn't want to get a divorce.
Yeah.
She already had one. She didn't want to. So like she comes up with this and it's like, if you don't end this, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And it's hard. Again, we've talked about this many times. It's hard to leave. And it's the cycle of leaving a marriage. What is it? It's 7 times on average, isn't it? That it takes to leave an abusive marriage.
Yeah.
And she was trying and he wasn't making it easy. And this just, it was so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch.
But the affair doesn't end and it gets back to Mica because even her brother Nate and his wife are like, I don't know, out in the mall food court and they see these 2 idiots holding hands in public.
They're holding hands at fucking Starbucks. Like they don't care. And how awful to have your husband just shoving this affair in your face. And we get this montage of clips of Susie at church and she's like up front, like shaking hands and kissing babies and doing all the things with him. Like,
yeah.
And Mica just has to sit there for it.
It's bad. So Mica says, okay, I'm done. I'm getting a divorce. And she goes to pick up her stuff and she's like getting boxes out. And he has a loaded gun in there, like to scare her. Like this is the kind of manipulation this motherfucker does.
He loves a psychological threat. He loves it.
We see her making videos. I'm not sure where these are. They might be on her Facebook.
Yeah.
Might be on TikTok.
It was some kind of social media.
It was 2020s. So it might be on TikTok. But
yeah.
She's talking about abuse and what abuse is and what abuse isn't. And, she's giving an insight into her life, what she's living right now.
Yeah.
She tells her friends that JP would pick up unhoused people off the side of the road to do sexual things to her.
My jaw was on the floor.
It gets very graphic. I'm not going to get into it, but it is.
And it was extremely traumatizing for her and done all completely against her will.
And we see him preaching and he's like, ladies, denying sex now this is verbatim. Denying sex in your marriage is sexual immorality. It's as bad as rape, sex trafficking, and homosexuality.
Oh boy, JP. You can kindly go fuck yourself, my sir.
Yeah, please.
Like, that's just
then we got a man never wants to be rejected more than once. He will resent you and his heart will harden towards you.
Okay.
Harden my heart. Now I have to go
You
sleep with
hard
somebody
heart.
else.
It's your fault I'm doing this. It's
Mhm.
your fault I'm having an
Mhm.
affair. Why didn't you just lay down for Amy?
Do you wanna talk a
God,
little bit? Because right now is the point where she starts confiding in people about what he did to her when she
okay.
wouldn't have sex with him. Go ahead.
This just pissed me off to no end. Um, JP wanted sex from her 4 times a day at minimum, and if let's say they'd already done it like 3 times that day and it's nighttime and she's exhausted and doesn't want to,
She still
th
owes him one, he
she
thinks.
yep, it's not done. He's not satisfied, her husband, and he will literally deprive her of sleep and, like, psychologically abuse her. She said she'd be on the verge of being asleep, and he'd start flipping the lights on and off just so she couldn't fall asleep, or laughing at her, making noise, being an asshole just so she could not sleep. Listen, if that's not gonna damage your mental health, I don't know what will. And
Exactly.
we've all been talking lately about sleep deprivation
And
and the effects on
psychosis.
and psychosis. So,
Yeah.
my heart broke for this woman, and he's just JP, not
He's a monster.
mm,
He also this is very important too, and this comes up later in the documentary, it comes up here, but I think it was informing her behavior all throughout, which is that he has photos and videos of her,
yes,
and
he
he's
has
blackmailing her with
mhm.
revenge porn, essentially.
Oh, big time, yeah,
Mhm.
he's a blackmail guy, like, he
Yeah,
loves
he loves
having
it.
these videos, these
Yep.
pictures, all of it.
It's like her collateral, like Keith Raniere style. Yep.
100%. Yes.
So now that she's away from him, she's seeing straight for the first time. Her sisters are like, she seems so light. Like she started to come back into her own body. She's probably sleeping.
At minimum, isn't that sad? Oh, she's probably sleeping again. She gets to have autonomy.
Can we talk for 1 second about? I know this is a stupid thing to pick apart.
Let's do
The
it.
cover art for this documentary was a weird choice, right?
Uh-huh. I noticed that too. Yeah.
Okay, it's her through a ring cam. So
Uh-huh.
she goes to stay with this woman, Diane, right?
Yeah, Diana, poor
And
little Diana.
Diana has a ring cam.
Mhm.
And so we see a lot of footage of Mica coming and going.
Mhm.
I don't know what that had to do. Like, I would have. This is.
It
I'm
makes
sorry. I'm nitpicking. I don't mean to.
No, 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 I get what you're saying, and also, that is not super significant in this.
No, not
It
at
makes
all.
it
Like,
look like he was gonna sneak up from behind the bushes and get her.
I would have loved to have seen an image of her on the stage singing.
100%. Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
something
weird. Weird
and
choice.
yeah, I know what you're saying with that. Now, I will say one thing with the ring footage that I did appreciate. I thought they did a nice montage showing her coming and going and showing her, like, looking over her shoulder and just, like, scanning the
Mhm.
area because it really did a
Well,
good
yeah,
job
we
showing
needed
the
the
fear.
footage of it. Yeah.
Right, but the
Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
choice was weird because you just that fear she was living with, it's
Yeah.
ugh, you could just
Yeah.
feel it coming off of it.
He will not relent.
At all.
He's
It's insane.
stalking her, he's following her, she's recording him, they're
Mhm.
yelling at each other. We see him saying like, "Oh, your photos are gonna be on Facebook
Oh, yep,
today."
yep,
Constantly
check Facebook
threatening
in a
her,
few
constantly.
hours.
At one point, he lures her to a location by having another church member call her, and he has her committed.
Oh, that was bullshit. I was so angry about this, and it was someone she thought was her friend that she could trust.
We
Oh,
hear her calling 911 saying that she's been hospitalized and her estranged husband has access to her electronics and he's posing as her.
he's posting on her social media.
And he's texting people as her.
Mhm. He is obsessed with controlling the narrative. He cannot
Mm-mm.
let anything happen to that.
Ladies,
Oh,
the
sermon?
only reason a man would not want to touch or hug a woman he's married to is because he doesn't like her. And why doesn't he like her? Because her fucking mouth. He doesn't say
Oh my
fucking, but
god.
because of her mouth.
Her mouth. You
I was
women be
like,
talking.
this mouth will bite you. Get
Oh,
away
that's what
from me.
I said. I'm like, "Oh, I'll be running my mouth, JP."
Mm-hmm.
This man.
Micah starts putting out social media posts about abuse, more of them.
Yeah.
She wants people to know what's going on. And JP's telling the congregation, like, I don't know what's going on
Oh,
with my
my
wife.
wife left me last
Oh, she
week.
left me. She left me. I don't know what's going on.
She left me.
He's telling his whole congregation,
And he's
my
like,
wife's in the loony bin, essentially, and I don't know where she is.
"Oh, he's like, yeah, no, y'all know she's got mental health problems." And it's
Oh,
like,
this motherfucker.
oh.
I know. So he's trying to like love bomb her back. of course, because
along with the like, I'll fucking kill you.
Right.
Like,
This is classic
oh,
abuser behavior.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying everything, and when the threats don't work, oh my God, I love you. And when I love you doesn't work, I go back to the threats.
Bouncing back and forth. And we're seeing Mica gain this independence in this. He doesn't have that control over her anymore. And he does not know what to do.
He's calling her so much he has to switch phones. He calls her like 53 times at one point.
It's awful. It's awful.
He's sticking razors in her tires because she had
my
a new
God.
job at this point. She couldn't get to the job.
Oh my God. He's just sabotaging her life.
Okay, so Kyla, how does law enforcement react to this?
Well, not
Do they
much.
haul him in and arrest him for harassing and stalking?
No. They really say there's not much they can do, honestly.
Because you're married to
You're
him.
married. That's your husband. So sort it out. Maybe. It's
South Carolina do better. United States do better.
100%. This, I mean, and I'm glad we're seeing so much of these documentaries about stalking stories coming to light.
Same.
Spousal stalking, because this is such a problem and we hear too little too late. And I was actually having this conversation with Mitchell before you and I recorded this today. That you hear so many times in these stalking stories, nothing violent has happened. Nothing violent has happened. Okay, well, you know what's violent? Psychological abuse is a form of violence. Not being able to get in your vehicle, drive your car, like, it's just,
he was abusing her psychologically, emotionally,
sexually,
financially, sexually, physically, all of it.
How can there not be anything? She had all the receipts too. She had text messages, those emails he was sending her, witnesses. Hell, he's looping people in the family and her friends into these group texts where he's threatening her. Like, and
don't
this
forget,
is fucking crazy.
Don't forget, she has no money at this point.
Yes.
So she doesn't even, I don't even know if she has the means to file for divorce.
100%.
And he's not going to do it. I mean, she does it later. I'm hoping she crowdsourced from her siblings. But
I feel like at that point, anybody would be like, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My dad always says the $1,500 he paid for my first divorce was the best money he ever spent.
Oh, yes. Yes, I would agree, probably. Yeah, I bet it was.
So now JP, women. Just start with women all the time, or ladies. I need you all to pray for my poor wife. I need to pray that she hits rock bottom. And, we need to pray that she'll come back to me. But to come back to me, she's got to hit rock bottom because I'm the second worst option in the world.
Oh, my God. Yeah, right.
So they keep calling the police. They at one point, Nate, her brother, finds trackers.
Multiple. That's what's crazy. He finds one. They take it. There's another one the next couple of days.
And the cops are like, sorry, you're married. Your husband kind of owns your soul now. So
you are his property.
He's threatening to release the pictures. And at one point, he does release one.
He
on
puts
her
one of
Facebook page.
On her Facebook page. Yeah. How is that not grounds for legal action?
I know. Ugh. All right. Are you ready? Because now entering the chat, we have Regina Ward.
Oh, Queen Regina.
Hero.
I'm obsessed with her. And I had this thought. I was like, what if she's at CrimeCon? Because she's going to be a big deal. We have to shake her hand and give her a hug.
She is Mica's lawyer. And she's like, I beat up my first bully when I was like 10. Fuck these guys.
She's like, I don't like a bully. I don't like anybody who takes advantage of anybody. And I love her. She
says, when I met Mica was ready to be free of JP.
Yes.
And then this idiot, this moron JP, writes a letter to Mica apologizing for all the terrible things he does. But by apologizing for them, he's admitting them.
Yeah, you are admitting these things happen. And he just lays it all out for her.
Yeah, Mica
Regina's
basically
like, this is amazing.
Sends it to Regina's like, here,
look at this. You need. Look at this. Yeah.
Mica, this is dark, guys.
Yeah.
Micah's telling friends, he's going to put a bullet in my head and he's going to say I killed myself. And I didn't. Now, you and I talk a lot about suicidal ideation in this, realm of true crime. It does come on like that. But I feel like, because I always get mad when somebody's like, there were no signs they were going to take their own life. Like there's not really a lot of signs.
Right.
But there are signs of murder. And one of the signs is when someone's like, this is what's going to happen. And he's going to say this. And if that happens, I'm telling you.
Yes.
I
This
did
is
not
just
do
like
it.
Susan Cox Powell and Josh Powell.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
that
Thank
same
you.
exact thing. She
Mhm.
did this too. She was telling everybody, he's going to do this. He's going to kill me. And it's just nobody
Mhm.
listens to women.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Pam tells us JP always said everything he preached was true. It is from personal experience. And then we get a smidge on his background that
Just a taste.
he's estranged from his father and that his father had a number of legal issues. That's glossed over.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely look into this.
She also says Wayne, the dad, had a
Mhm.
lot of extramarital affairs with men and women.
Yes.
And JP says, I was a victim of the Catholic, like you hear him saying, I was a victim of Christianity or something. I
Yeah,
forget what he's saying.
Christians.
Yeah. And he's saying to his congregation, like, basically, there's no such thing as a good dad. Dads are assholes.
That was fascinating, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's get to the day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
April 25th. So 2 days before. Mica sends a group text to a small group of her siblings saying, I served JP the papers today. She's so happy. Her siblings are so happy. Everybody's thrilled.
Yeah.
Mica was scared, though, and needed a restraining order. So she files one of those at the same time.
Oh.
Regina says, we needed to prove to the court that he was a threat to her. And so she wrote out everything he had done, including that she was terrified of him. This is April 25th, Kyla. They set his hearing for the PFA for June 5th.
June 5th. Over a month.
Even
over a month.
Little rinky-dinky Scranton, Pennsylvania doesn't wait that long.
Same around here. Like, what the fuck is this?
April 27th.
There's so much.
I know. April 27th. So now he has been served.
That's my birthday.
Oh. April 27th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the 25th.
No.
April 27th. She's calling Nate in the morning, saying how terrified she is to go to work that day. Nate prays with her. 10:13, she leaves the apartment for a drive, returns at 11.
Yeah.
Tells Diane she's feeling a little bit better because she and Diana prayed together as well.
Yeah.
11:38, she leaves for work because she'd work at noon. And she's dressed in her work clothes. We see her dressed in her work clothes. There's a sermon playing on her phone called Necessary Endings.
This is super interesting. And I'm sure that we could probably look that up and listen to it, right?
Yeah, probably. She calls her sister Sierra, but Sierra was like taking care of her baby and couldn't get the phone, so she missed the call.
Oh, poor
that
Sierra.
probably bothers her.
Can you imagine? I felt so bad for Sierra.
That's like, was it Gabby Petito where her friend,
her ex-boyfriend,
missed the call when she was in the restaurant with Brian? Yeah.
That haunts him. You know it does.
12:12, Mica arrives at Dick's pawn shop in Myrtle Beach. So she's clearly not going to work. She seems to be alone.
Yeah.
Walking around of her own accord.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. She buys a gun using her debit card. 12:40, she's traveling north. 1:27, she pulls into a gas station in Mullins, South Carolina. She uses a porta potty. 2:54 p.m., we hear that 911 call. And she says, I'm about to kill myself. I just want my family to know where I am. She never comes home.
Yeah.
Okay, now, here's where I have a million questions.
Absolutely.
4:23, a man calls 911. Says, I think I found a body in a river. Okay. Does that mean the original 911 call, they never sent anybody out there?
I know, right? Did they not? And okay, did you know when she's talking to the dispatcher, she's just like, okay, well, I'll see what I can do. There was nobody was like, no, what's
we
going
need
on?
to hear the longer version of that. We heard truncated version.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because I was like, whoa, what are we doing?
Because I wonder if they talked and the 911 operator felt like it was resolved. Maybe
that's a
Mica
really
was like,
good
okay,
point.
I'm going to go home, or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But if a responder was not sent, that's trouble.
Yeah, I agree. There are birds fighting outside my window right now, and it's like very crazy. There's like 6 of them. I don't know what's going on. Something's going down in that bush.
Wow, something did in that bush.
Crime going down outside my window.
So JP and the sisters are told, and Nate, the brother, the siblings are devastated,
and they're such close siblings. You can tell it.
This motherfucker blames them in a group chat. He puts them in a group chat and says, This is what happens when you try to encourage someone to divorce the person they love and tell them that they don't need medicine and that they're not ill when they are. Good job, Francis family.
Oh, that's a pastor, everybody. That's a pastor.
That's a man of God.
Yep, that's lovely.
Mm-hmm. JP goes into damage control now, and he's calling everyone.
This is fucking crazy.
I need all of Mica's diaries and stuff because I just want to. She's so precious to me. But what he really wants to do is destroy all the evidence that he's been abusing the fuck out of her for years.
Yes, and I love that everybody's like, no, girl.
Laura, the religious counselor, is like, nope, sorry. I don't have to keep records in a religious setting. Yeah. But JP, he's preaching, and this is the famous sermon. So he goes back, and we've all heard. This is what drew me into this case.
Oh, yeah. I remember when this was making its way and went viral. Mm-hmm.
He gets it. Now, he's just learned his wife has died by suicide, okay?
Yes. He gets literally the next day. The next day.
Yeah. He gets up there, and he's like, all right, everybody, now that we're done. This is 2 hours into this sermon where he's laughing, singing music, dancing around.
They did a cover of a Billy Joel song.
That was terrible.
I can't even.
He goes, women and men, I got to make an announcement, and here's how it's going to go. Okay, you're going to stand up. I'm going to tell you the announcement. You're going to leave. We'll never talk about it again. Okay. My wife is dead. She took her own life. Okay, bye. See you next Sunday. And everybody's like,
there's an audible collective gasp, and then he scurries down that staircase and then leaves his poor bishop to be like, all right, everybody. And it was crazy.
Here's the thing. If he had just come in and made the announcement, it would have been weird, but okay. Right?
Yeah,
but the fact that he acted like nothing was wrong for 2 or 3 hours.
Stage like jazz hands, and he's doing cartwheels practically, and
bonkers.
He's talking about how his best friend, that Mark Kaufman, he's been wanting to have him sing for years,
and he's life. No.
It was crazy. And he's clapping and laughing and playing the piano and giggling. And then he's like, oh, and my wife died. Peace out. I don't want to talk about it. What the fuck was this?
So the cops interview the siblings, and they're like, my dudes, this was her ex-husband, her estranged husband. Here's all the evidence.
Yeah. Right.
And they had video proof. They had visuals. They had everything.
They documented everything. They were on top of this. Ugh.
And the police are like, okay, we got this. We're going to uncover every stone. We got this.
Yeah.
All right. 3 days after her death, he asks Diana for Mica's journals. So she calls Nathan. Diana does. And
Diana,
like, you better get over here right now. Grab all this stuff because I don't want to get in the middle of this.
Yeah.
What does this motherfucker do? He calls the police.
He comes after Diana. This old lady don't like me.
He's like, women cops. You gotta let me into this apartment because I need my wife's journals.
I need them.
Cops are like, okay, we'll be right over.
All right. Wow. It was crazy, and I love that they got all of that shit out of there before he could take it. I love it because he didn't get any of it.
Now we hear the best part, guys, is this call with Regina. Regina plays it for us. And she does not give him a fucking inch. No. He tries to manipulate her, and she is like, I have your number.
Oh.
Don't even try this with me. Fuck right off.
I love it. And when he's like, you can tell he's caught off guard. He doesn't know what to do.
Caught off guard.
Oh, it's so good.
And he starts the high-pitched talking for us.
Yeah. No, she wasn't in the room. And he's like,
I told them she needed her lithium, and they won't believe it.
When he's like, well, I see you've been given a version of me that you don't know all the things about by the way you're treating me. And she's like, yeah, connect the dots for me then. Oh, Regina, love you.
So he's now weirdly telling parishioners that he's lying down with Mica's body
4 times.
I even tried to raise her from the dead. What?
What? I have questions. What's that?
And don't forget, they're still legally married. See, there needs to be a law on this because
you
Okay, not to get too specific, but I know personally a family this happened to.
Oh shit. Yeah.
The son died by suicide. The wife, from whom he was estranged but still legally married, did all the funeral arrangements, all this, all that, and kept the family out of it. And the mother was very upset because he was an Afghan veteran. And she wanted him to have a military funeral. He was like in the Navy. He was like a Navy SEAL.
Oh no.
She wanted him to have a military funeral, and the wife did not. And so, like, I don't know whatever happened. Like, I don't know the outcome, but I know that the mother was so upset.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine not being allowed to be a part of my child's funeral planning. Like,
I
it's
can't even. Yep. But like,
yeah,
there
should
needs
be
to
laws
be
about
tighter
that.
laws around if you are estranged, you don't have the same rights.
I agree, because that's awful. And like, look at that. We shouldn't be doing things based on spite and like, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Put that shit aside when somebody dies. Come on. Like,
so the sheriff's office are done with their investigation, and they say it is a suicide. They believe it was a suicide, and they have her buying the gun, which they do.
They do.
Listen, from their point of view, from what we're seeing, okay, no more information is available to us than we saw in the documentary right now.
Right.
I get how you can come to that conclusion.
Of course. Of
The
course.
911 call.
Yeah.
Her walking around a pawn shop buying a gun. She's alone.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
But her family just does not believe it. And I mean, I don't want to believe it either, because it feels suspicious to me.
It's suspicious. It's so suspicious. Yeah. And I'm so looking forward to digging into this more, because we need more information. And like, you and I looked, we couldn't find any datelines, 48 hours, anything. We could not find anything on this.
No, there's nothing. All right. So Nate believes she bought the gun for protection,
which
but
is fair.
He can't, like, the piece that everybody's struggling with is, why did she drive 90 miles into the middle or 90 minutes into the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. Yeah. And that place was not a significant place to her. It wasn't like an emotional place. It wasn't anything like that.
No. Rich McHugh is a reporter with News Nation, and he's like, I had to look into this. It felt weird to me.
Yeah.
So Nate shares with him an affidavit written by Mica, which was like a roadmap from the grave.
Yeah, this was so fascinating.
Yeah. And she was 13 when she met John Paul. And this is where she talks about all the ways in which she was abused.
It was all.
So Rich is like, I'm going to retrace her steps. So he did do that. And it turns out, like, her final resting place was Lumber River State Park. And he's like, but I don't have any I don't know why she went there. Like, we don't know why she went there.
Yeah.
So when they found her body, they did report that there were 2 spent casings in a live round. This is suspicious to me. This is where I need more information.
100%.
I need the autopsy. Were there 2 bullet wounds? Because somebody who's going to die by suicide with a gun, which women are way less likely to do to start with, doesn't take 2 shots. Impossible for it to take 2 shots if the first one works.
Correct. Yeah. And it was moved a little bit.
Her body was found 100 feet away. And Rich says this was an area where there wasn't very much current.
No.
I just wrote, we need to look at this autopsy.
Oh, 100%.
You know, an autopsy that JP claims he has no. What's an autopsy?
What's an autopsy?
Huh? I don't know what that is. I mean, we're doing a toxicology report, but
yeah. And I like how she's like, what do you want me to do with that? Like, what do you expect to find on there?
JP finally does agree to talk to Rich, and he has a binder of evidence with him. He has printed out text messages. Pro tip from Murder She Watched.
Yeah.
If you have to carry around a binder of proof that you didn't murder your spouse, you may have murdered your spouse.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If you keep that with you, like, wait, now see page 7.
Yes.
Paragraph 4.
Yes.
I didn't do that.
It's very much like Kevin Reddington with the, I have printouts of that.
Yes. I mean, you know how much I love an old-fashioned pen and paper situation. I'm going to start carrying that around. It was just,
and on the air, he's doing the weird high-pitched crying.
Oh my gosh. And Rich is like, He
asked JP, do you feel any responsibility for Micah's death? And JP goes, Oh, that's a good question. Oh my God, that's a good question. Oh, what a good question. That is a great question.
Like,
I don't know. I need some time to think about it. Another pro tip.
that's not how
If
you answer that.
somebody asks you if you've had something to do with your spouse's death, answer right away.
Answer
Because if
right
you don't
away.
answer right away, it's going to look suspicious.
It's like we just covered the George and Cindy Anthony lie detector test when they asked George if he had anything to do with hiding Kaylee, and he's like, banana. I don't know what to say. And it's like, George,
wow.
What do we do? Answer the question.
Then he starts saying, well, I know what I'd do different. I'd never get her family involved. That's for sure. Her sisters are refuting the fact that they kept her from medication. Like, he's the one who manipulated her medication. Now, two things can be true. The siblings could be like, we don't really believe in this. It's not really our thing. What are you doing? Just go take some vitamins. You'll be fine. Like, there could have been that. We don't know.
Yeah.
But JP could also be manipulating her medication.
Right. And which one of her friends said he would withhold her medication and be like, well, you got to come home if you want it?
I think that's Charlotte.
Yeah.
He says he was in Charleston at a soccer tournament when this happened. And I don't know, these Scooby-Doo internet detectives, they think they're detectives and they need to shut the fuck up and let me marry my new wife.
Why is everybody just asking all these questions? Just leave me alone. Let me marry Susie.
Rich says something I thought was very insightful here. He says, this does not add up at all. He says, this was murder by suicide. And he says there has to be some level of responsibility on the person who's driven the other person to this. I'm like, yes, Rich, preach. Yes.
Yes, Rich, you have it. Yes, snaps for Rich. Snaps for Rich. Because he's exactly right. And
he's exactly right. The director says, as of today, no charges have been brought. But we heard a rumor that the FBI is opening investigation. So they're asking the various siblings this. Has the FBI contacted you? And they're all like, yeah. And I told the FBI what I need to know. Another great part of this is the community turns on him. And you see them screaming at him while he's walking down the street.
Satisfying. So satisfying.
November 1st, 2024, the FBI calls Laura, the religious counselor. And she helps them lure him out by saying like, oh, I found some notes that I had with Mica where she's talking about you. Do you want them? And he's like, I want them. I'm going to meet you at the gas station in 2 seconds.
He wastes no time.
So while they have him out there, they issue a search warrant for his house. They arrest him. And he's indicted by a federal grand jury on 2 counts. 1 count of making false statements during the investigation of Mica's death. And 1 count of cyber stalking. He has pled not guilty. And he's out of prison. Lovely. Just so we all know.
Out there.
Stunning end to this for me because I assumed he was in prison.
I know. I don't know about you, but I was watching like how much time was left in the last episode. And I was like, uh-oh, we're not leaving enough time to go over court. So this makes me nervous.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I was shocked.
I was in my kitchen. I forget what I was making yesterday. I was making dinner.
That's funny. I was doing that too.
And like, I literally just turned around. And I was like, what?
We're done?
What just happened?
Yeah.
Not in prison. June 1st, 2025. JP loves to do things on the beach because the beach is cleansing.
If it didn't happen at the beach, it didn't happen.
So he marries Susie Skinner on the beach. Isn't that lovely? Both of their spouses are dead so they could be together.
So convenient. Yeah. And nobody had to get divorced.
He has to sell his church, but he and Susie are still preaching to these little Please reach out to us if you are one of these 20 members still in this church, because I need to know what will it take.
I have a lot of follow-up questions.
There's a lot of red flags.
And does he still talk about lust all the time? I just need to know.
We learned that Mica's family is trying to pass legislation strengthening protections against stalking and coercive control in South Carolina. They're calling it Mica's Law, and it would make coercive control a felony and carry a sentence up to 10 years.
Yeah, good. I mean,
good.
And I just love that. I love knowing. Oh, this was a journey, but I can't wait for JP to wake up on Wednesday when this documentary is on Netflix.
That's a good point.
Oh, it's going to be a tough week for him. That's too bad, huh? And
too bad.
I feel like this is going to blow up a little bit. And like knowing that the FBI is looking at him. It's like Wendy Adelson, I feel like she's just got to have that feeling right there, like,
You're
I'm being
always
watched.
you're always just one piece of
Yes.
evidence away from spending the rest of your life in jail.
Yeah, and you can never really relax and really just let it be, and I like that for them.
Yeah, me too. All right, so Kyla and I will be back next week with a deep dive. It's going to be on our paid feed, Murder Club. You could join. We're doing true crime headlines over there. We're doing unsolved mysteries. We did season 1. We're doing season 2. And very excited about that. And right here on the free feed, if you're listening for free, Becca and I are going to be covering the new Hulu show, Somebody Knows Something, which is really good. We're really enjoying it.
It's a good show. I like it.
It's a good show. Yep. Yeah. All right, we've said it all.
Oh, yes. Oh, and we should remind about our Indiana meetup coming up.
Yes. We are meeting up. If you are a couch detective within the Indianapolis sphere,
the radius there. There we go.
We are going to be there September 12th. It's a Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. in the Beer Brewery, BIER, in Noblesville, Indiana. I'm going to be there. Becca's going to be there. Kyla's going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. We're so excited. We're bringing up the RAV4s.
Oh, the RAV4s are coming. Mine's coming. Yours
Becca's
is coming.
trying to rent a RAV4.
I know. She's trying to rent a RAV4 because you tell them that you have to have it. They won't understand.
I mean, if you guys know Becca, she commits to the bit. God love her.
She's going to show up in a RAV4.
She will. She will.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed our coverage and you want to help support the podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on Apple or anywhere you listen, or share this episode with a friend who likes to solve murders from their couches. Also, new merch. We got some new merch. The link is in the show notes. We got stay-at-home juror shirts.
Oh my God. It's such good designs, fabulous designs. I love them.
That's Brian and Whitney, our designers. Nothing is AI generated in anywhere around Little Miss Recap or Murder She Watched. So you're supporting artists when you do that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Kyla.
Thank you, Amy.
This has been enraging, but I feel...
Yeah. It's like after we get it out of our systems, I'm like, and then we're going to deep dive, and then we
need to get justice for this woman and 100%. This family. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.